Kindle,
Mhm.
because carrying around
Yeah, true.
all those books traveling
true.
was really a drag. And then to pick up that Kindle and have everything on there.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We are live. Good morning, everyone.
Good
It's
morning, everyone.
It's Friday, and we're very happy about that.
Yes,
We are.
we are.
And
Let's see what's happening for the weather.
And the expression that I've never liked, but I'll use it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm glad it's Friday.
I never heard that.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh,
Glad it's Friday.
I'm Dick Hafner, WJR News. And now, Paul W. Smith.
The Paul Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
It's Friday.
Yay!
Oh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It is Friday, August 14th. Wow. The 227th day of 2020. There are 139 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. How can this year zip by so quickly yet move so slowly? That's what I can't quite figure out. What the heck is going on with all of that? But that's what's happening. We've got the team together here on this Friday morning. And happy to say Dick Hafner just presented the news the way the news is meant to be presented. We appreciate that, Richard. Happy Friday to you. We, of course, have the woman of the hour still celebrating her birthday. You can see her on Instagram and see some wonderful pictures of her having a lovely birthday. Oh, got a little cupcake left over, do we? Oh, that's nice.
Okay, yes. Had
Very
a great
nice.
day, Paul W. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, Dana Clark. And you did try the deviled eggs.
Oh, delicious from Ocean Prime.
Aren't they incredible?
My fingers got a good licking.
They're really delicious.
Delicious.
Now, there are people who are real deviled egg aficionados who don't like them.
Really?
I think they don't like the truffle oil and the little caviar on top, but I think they're just
perfect.
incredible. Yeah,
Trevor loved them too. So
it's nothing like we ever had growing up in Monroe.
No, I would recommend it.
And by the way, there were deviled eggs everywhere growing up in Monroe.
Oh, really?
If there was a function, a wedding, graduation, or whatever. Deviled eggs were there.
Yeah.
And I was glad they were, but these are extra special anyway.
Right next to the green bean casserole.
That's right.
I love a good green bean casserole with that cream of mushroom soup from Campbell's mixed in. We have, of course, Brian Morton back in the studio. He's the only one in the studio. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm starting to, kind of get used to being at home, obviously. But Brian is there. I didn't mean to wake up Kim, but I think I did as I was getting up. So she's hanging around here with us too. And then, of course, our executive producer with us wherever we are. And that is, of course, Ann Thomas.
good morning, Tom. Happy Friday.
I have a good morning and happy Friday to you. I do have a broadcast, but I'm gonna do it from home. But a remote, which I haven't had a remote, so to speak, in a very long time, but I've got one coming up. I don't think it's this Saturday. I think it's next Saturday. Remember, I asked you about it because I thought, what? I didn't know about this. Well, when is it?
I think this is next Saturday. It's your Victor's Roofing remote, right?
Yeah, but now I can't find it in my on my list of things on my calendar.
It's in the next couple Saturdays, within the next couple weeks, I'd say.
Coming up.
It's
coming up, and it's the weekend of a wedding also,
It's
and
the end of August.
is that what it is?
Yes.
And then heading up to watch Jamie in the Michigan Open. So
Yes.
up in Traverse City, Grand Traverse Resort. So
But it's a cool remote because it's got something to do with a roof giveaway.
well,
right?
it is. It's that roof giveaway for veterans that they're
Very
doing.
nice.
And either active military duty or veterans. And Victor is giving away a roof, which is really cool. And before my broadcast, the inside outside guys will actually, I think, be wherever that roof is being put on.
Oh, that's great. It's
Which
August
would be fun.
29th.
August 29th. Thank you. I knew you would know. You know everything. It is 5:42 on this Friday morning edition of the Paul W. Smith Show with the whole gang here on WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast, The Daily Zeitgeist.
The Daily Zeitgeist is a podcast from the world's smartest and funniest comics and writers. It gets you caught up on the day's news without grinding you down. Twice a day, they discuss all you need to know without crushing your soul. Listen to the Daily Zeitgeist wherever you listen to podcasts.
And this is the time of the morning that we come to you on all of the social media. So we're on camera as well as on the radio and audio. That goes till about 6:15 or so. And then we come back during our movie segment. What time is that, Dana?
8:18.
8:18. Then we'll be back on camera again, as well as on WJR. So we fool around with that just a little bit, but there's no fooling here. We have our WJR Traffic and Weather First with Dana Clark.
Traffic First sponsored by the Restore Wellness Center. Tired of dealing with nagging body pain, joint swelling, tendonitis, neuropathy, and chronic pain? The Restore Wellness Center will reduce or eliminate the pain completely. Reserve your appointment today at the state's best non-invasive laser therapy treatment center. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com. Just upcoming construction this evening, same spot as last weekend, 94 eastbound between Gratiot and 696. At 8 p.m. tonight, all lanes scheduled to shut down until 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Operating Engineers 324. Operating Engineers 324 run the heavy equipment that's building Michigan's roads. Remember to slow down, pay attention in work zones. For the workers' safety and yours, OE 324, we build, we operate, we maintain. Visit OE324.org.
May see a few leftover showers, thunder showers around this morning. Otherwise, the clouds will linger into the afternoon. 85, a little east breeze around. Tonight, upper 60s, maybe a thunderstorm late. Saturday, some morning showers and thunderstorms, highs in the upper 70s. Or showers and thunderstorms Sunday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick on News Talk 760 WJR.
It is 5:45, 15 minutes away from 6 on this Friday morning. And Rush Limbaugh, usually with us from noon till 3, stops by first thing in the morning to say hi. Rush?
Folks, get this. You won't believe this, but it did happen. Fremont, California Police Department began a pilot program. They wanted to see how electric cars would work in their fleet. The only electric car that met their requirements was a Tesla. Well, last week, a cop driving the new Tesla, the environmentally friendly electric squad car, ran into a problem. There was a high-speed chase. The cop radioed dispatch to ask for backup because his electric car was running out of charge, running out of juice. His Tesla only had 6 miles of battery life left. He was afraid the car would run out of power any moment. A police spokesman later said the incident was a one-off. It would not change their opinion about using electric patrol cars. Besides, they said the car's not fully charged before it was taken out. It wasn't the car's fault, so no harm, no foul, even if there was no juice. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got nothing against Teslas. If you like them, have at it. If you incorrectly believe that you're going to save the planet driving one, have at it. If you think gasoline's old hat, go for it. But here's why. Fossil fuel going to be around for a very long time. It's cheap, efficient, reliable. You don't run out of it during a high-speed chase. And you know what? You can drive faster than the bad guy. There was no way this Tesla was going to keep up with the bad guy. The perp got away. The cops abandoned the chase. But we saved the planet. Yay!
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Well, I've often wondered about that, having an electric car and running out of fuel. But you can run out of fuel with a gasoline-based car as well.
That's good.
You just have to get used to doing whatever you have to do to fuel the vehicle, whether it's plug it in or go to the pump.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
You can just as easily run out of gas as you can just as easily run out of electricity. It's not like you're driving it, and I'm not a big fan of electric cars, but it's not like you're driving it and all of a sudden it stops and you go, oh my goodness, I'm out of power. There's a gauge that tells you where you are on all of that.
You'd probably just have to get used to plugging it in at night.
Absolutely.
Like you do, with your cell phone or your laptop or whatever.
If they became the only way we were powering our vehicles, which it appears it will become the way, we will learn those habits, and you won't fall into that problem of running out of juice.
Yes, exactly. We should try to find Mike Shirky this morning. Interesting. They're going to have a rare Saturday session to talk about school funding and whether or not they should take funding away from districts who don't go back to school in person.
When it started at the beginning again, what's that? Tomorrow there's going to be
It's going to be a rare Senate session.
Oh, I see.
To discuss school funding, and they're going to talk about whether or not they should take funding from districts that don't do some form of in-person learning.
Gotcha.
And they're also going to try to figure out how to count the students. If the students aren't there, but they could count them on a Zoom.
I'm sure that I would have, if I were in this position back in my school days, I would have quickly made up a dummy that looked like me, and then I would smear something on the camera on the computer, like Vaseline,
now? Is that really you?
Or something, and
right. Oh my God!
I'd be in every class.
Right. Like we had birdies, right?
But in reality, you'd be sleeping. Is that
I would be sleeping, baby. I'd be sleeping, be out like a light. And,
that's very funny.
well, it'll be interesting to see what they come up with.
Yes, we should try to find Mike. We'll see if we can wake him up this morning. He's usually up listening early. So,
but what would they do with that money? Wouldn't the money still need to be used for, especially for kids who don't have internet access or things that might be necessary?
I suspect, I don't know a lot about this, but I suspect they wouldn't be able to do what they're trying to do. I don't think it would work.
Dana, don't ever ask what a government entity
You're
would do
hearing
with
the Paul
extra
W.
money.
Smith Show. News Talk
They will
760
waste it like they do now.
WJR.
Yeah.
5:49 online and on the air on this Friday morning, the 14th of August, the Paul W. Smith Show with the team. There's been a lot of tough news, bad news. I don't want to cause anybody any trouble here, but you should know about this. I had this yesterday. I didn't bring it up. Dr. Pepper has tweeted news that there's a Dr. Pepper shortage. Now, I don't drink pop as much as I used to. It's just, pure sugar, not so good for you. I say everything in moderation, but I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in a long time. But I like Dr. Pepper. It's an acquired taste for some. Do you guys like Dr. Pepper?
Yes, I like it. Like you, though, I haven't had it in probably 20 years. But I like it.
20 years?
At least.
It's not been 20 years for me. But there's apparently...
Why is there a shortage?
Because of blame the pandemic for everything. I don't know why, but there are a lot of other companies. Charmin, for example. Don't squeeze my Charmin. Well, it's not don't squeeze my Charmin. Don't squeeze the Charmin. But I was making it personalized. But Charmin, who's had its own shortages during the pandemic, tweeted a reply saying, "Welcome to the club. We feel your pain." I like it when the companies all communicate like this. But anyway, what I learned in this Dr. Pepper shortage is that there is a Dr. Pepper and cream soda now available.
Okay.
That sounds really good to me.
Really good.
It does.
I may have to try it in the interest of our job and the research that we sometimes have to do.
Yeah, I think so.
I might have to try a Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
Yeah.
When I met Kim and Dr. Pepper was her favorite pop or soda, as they would say on the East Coast, I knew that she was a special girl.
Oh.
That did it for you.
That was the final thing that did it for me.
It is the little things.
Yes, it is.
Things.
And thank goodness for that. What else is happening? Did I finish the Ben and Jerry story about why you had to have the ice cream upside down? Okay,
yes.
so I can get rid of that one.
You can 86 that one.
Put that in the circular file. We got a lot of things going on, though. We have our opportunity to try to coming up Sunday at noon with Jasmine DeForest, April Anderson, and Charity Ward. Our guests will play a little piece of one of those interviews a little later this morning. Anybody have something they wanted to be sure to? Oh, David Blaine.
Mm-hmm.
You know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
He is this magician who is rather incredible. He's going to do something really stupid. Again, he's going to do something called Ascension, which he is doing with, I don't know if it's Facebook or Twitter or whatever. He is going to grasp a bunch of helium balloons on the end of August 31st, hold on to those balloons and float over New York City and out of sight into the sky.
Really?
Now, do you understand? Unless there's something to it that there must be, this is a certain sentence for death.
So he's going to be very popular.
If you go very high with helium balloons, what happens?
They burst.
Kaboom.
They can burst or lose their helium, depending on the atmosphere and where you go, and a lot of weather conditions. So I don't know what he's got planned, but that's what he's got planned, and it's going to be. Did I see it on Facebook or wherever?
It's going to be live streamed on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay, I knew it was going to be somewhere.
And because we have nothing else to do, it will be the highest rated show of the entire year.
It'll be, and frankly, let's be honest, people are waiting to see if he does fall to his death.
Yes.
They're not tuned in just to watch him blow up. Yeah.
There's got to be something
he's doing something, but and hopefully he has a parachute stuck somewhere. But
exactly,
maybe it's his birthday.
There you go.
Maybe it's his birthday.
So.
He is so
do with
good.
All of her helium balloons.
Yeah, I gave him to David Blaine. But how he's a man, so how would he get like the
he's
balloon,
a man.
You know what I mean? Weighs at least over.
Oh. Well, he showed last night on the Jimmy Fallon show.
How are they going to do
a clump of balloons that wouldn't take his daughter up, but he said it would take many, many, many more balloons for him to go up, which would mean about the same number of balloons you had at your birthday if you had one for each year. But
I only have 21 balloons.
I know that's
His
right.
Las Vegas audiences must be going down. He needs some sort of stunt.
Yeah, right. There is no
career
Las
going
Vegas
back.
audience. But let me tell you how good he is. I don't say this. I don't remember the last time I said this, but you can find the Jimmy Fallon show and that piece online like you can find anything. Find the piece of David Blaine, last night's Jimmy Fallon show, and just the card tricks he did at the beginning of the show. They defy. You cannot understand how he could possibly do what he does. And I'm not going to give it all away, but I am going to say, for example, even when they're remotely talking to each other, he has Jimmy Fallon pick a card. And I got to believe that Jimmy Fallon's not in on it, or he would lose all credibility in every way. But he picks a card, and David goes through this whole thing and with the deck and all of that. And then he pulls the card out of his mouth.
Oh, my gosh.
Folded up.
Wow.
And he opens it, and it's the card that Jimmy Fallon picked. So that's
weird.
Just astonishing. But what's either better or worse, and I haven't yet decided, is that he says, well, I have that special assistant that helps me. And Jimmy goes, oh, no, not again. And out from David's mouth comes a full-size living frog. And a little later, another frog comes out. And you got to say, how in the world is he doing that? I mean, think about a full-size frog. Where do you put that in your mouth while you can still talk? It's so bizarre.
It's really bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
Do they have legs?
They have legs. They have not yet been to that restaurant that Frank went to in Michigan with Jeff Marcero, where they had frog legs. I'll never forget the cartoon. It's an old one. That coming out of a restaurant and a sign with it says frog legs served, there's a poor little frog on a little cart moving along the sidewalk because his legs are now gone. is very sad. Frog legs served. It's 5:57 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast, The Daily Zeitgeist.
The Daily Zeitgeist is a podcast from the world's smartest and funniest comics and writers. It gets you caught up on the day's news without grinding you down. Twice a day, they discuss all you need to know without crushing your soul. Listen to the Daily Zeitgeist wherever you listen to podcasts.
Kim is on the cutting edge of what's coming out. Remember, I said pumpkin would be out. Well, pumpkin spice coffee this morning.
Oh, wow.
Tis the season on the edge. Tis the season.
We like that.
Yes. Good stuff. 5:58, our WJR Traffic and Weather First, and Dana Clark.
Traffic First sponsored by Liberty Title, protecting property since 1974. For over 45 years, Michigan-based Liberty Title has been helping buyers and sellers keep their real estate transactions safe and secure. You get to choose your title company. Don't fall for a split closing that adds to your closing costs. You have a choice. Choose libertytitle.com. Just upcoming construction this weekend, 94 eastbound. It's going to shut down 8 p.m. tonight, all lanes between Gratiot and 696. That's going to open 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com. So it's going to be a great weekend ahead. Could see some raindrops here and there, but overall, lots of sunshine, nice conditions, a high of 83 today, sun, clouds, and could see a scattered thunderstorm this afternoon. Few clouds tonight, low 69. For Saturday, a high of 85 and 79 on Sunday. Currently 73 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner is next.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the movie with the guy with the balloons. Was that Up?
Yes.
Somebody says there, yeah, what is that? A real life Up, Patrick? You're right. A real life Up.
Real life
where the
Up.
house goes up with the balloons. But David mentioned a French film, trying to make it a little classier. He mentioned the event is called Ascension. Let's turn worry into wonder and take magic to new heights. He's quite the promoter.
He really is.
Flying above New York, but I can't. He might have just mentioned it on the television program regarding the French movie that he watched, that he wanted to do that. He's done a lot of stuff. 1999, David Blaine was buried in a box under a water tank in New York. In 2003, I remember this, an endurance stunt where he was sealed inside a plexiglass case in London. You remember that?
I remember that. It was hard to watch.
In 2006, he spent 7 days submerged in a water-filled sphere.
I remember that
in
too.
New York. Oh, what a character. He's a character. Anyway, David Blaine. When I saw Blaine, I thought it was Blaine Fowler, our morning man at the FM. And I went, Blaine, what are you doing? You don't want to float over the city with balloons?
How many balloons do we know would he be using?
He didn't say.
Online, I see like a giant.
It's got to be a big, to pick up a man,
right,
and have him go up in the air and continue to go. There's got to be a lot of balloons.
How old is he, David Blaine? I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know.
40s, maybe 30s or 40s, I think.
It doesn't have his age.
47.
47. 47 years old, and
I don't know how much he weighs, but he's 6 foot exactly. So it would be interesting to see how many balloons.
Yeah.
He's got to have a parachute or something.
He's got to. He would be crazy not to have a parachute. Although on, I don't know if it's TikTok or the Chinese service, or, it's from China. China. I saw this unbelievable stunt. These people, TikTok shows you several things, that there are many very talented people in our world, and there are many crazy, stupid people in our world.
With nothing to do.
And there are many, many people with nothing to do.
Yes.
So I check in on it from time to time because I've got nothing to do. But I saw 3 guys jump out of an airplane, 2 of them with parachutes, 1 of them without a parachute. And the two guys with parachutes are on either side of the guy without a parachute, apparently making sure that he is guided the right way. Then all of a sudden you see the two guys deploy their parachutes and they go up, because you're going down. When the parachute, you stop, it makes it look like you're going up. And the guy came all the way down right alongside a skyscraper and landed in a huge net. He jumped out of an airplane without a parachute and aimed for what was giant, but up there in the sky, it wasn't, and landed in a net.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he appeared to be as shocked and thrilled to be alive as everybody watching it, because he lands in the net, then he starts screaming that he was happy that it worked. If it didn't work, he would have been dead.
Is this real?
Real. It couldn't. Well, I can never say never, but I don't see how it could have been, photoshopped in or faked or anything. I don't know. Brian Morton would tell me about that. By the way, David Blaine's in pretty good shape. If he is 6 feet tall, Kim says he weighs 178 pounds.
Oh yeah, he's in good
That's
shape.
pretty good shape.
Yeah,
Oh, sure. Yes, absolutely.
he's got to be as
I'm
light
six.
as possible.
I'm 6 feet tall, and if I weighed 178 pounds, get me to the hospital.
Right.
But anyway, so it's something for me to aim for,
Yeah.
There
or
you
not,
go.
or
walking.
not,
You're working out, you're walking and
not as much as I should, but I am.
everything, but you're trying, and you have a bike, so there you go.
I like it when people say, "Watch what you eat." I look at everything I eat.
Right.
There's never been anything I've eaten without looking at it, so I watch what I eat.
Would you guys ever want to jump out of an airplane?
Nope, not
Is
me.
that a dream or anything?
Not a dream, but I've thought of it. But I now it's not going to happen.
And
I'll
why did
I'll do it like President H.W. Bush, may he rest in peace. I'll do it on my 90th birthday.
No, I'm still not doing. I would have to be in the back. Why do they put you in the front? Like I want to be in the back behind the person with my eyes closed, and then they push you.
You mean
and
you mean the way they're attached to
Yes,
a fellow jumper?
I can't be in the front. I want to be in the back. So I
That's
cannot
funny.
look until I get out there,
Yeah.
and then I could open my eyes. Which is
I would
what,
say this: I have never thought of jumping connected to somebody.
Oh,
If
I
I were
would-
going to jump, I would be jumping.
really.
Yeah.
I'm too chicken.
Here's a little more on David Blaine. Do you know what his net worth is so far this year? His net worth, not what he's made this year, but he's done
Altogether?
okay. He's done okay as an illusionist, endurance artist, and magician. $14 million.
Okay. Wow.
He
So there
has
is-
done okay. Wow.
There is some money in regurgitating frogs.
Yes, which is what he's doing.
Yeah.
'Cause there was a special like on Netflix, and he
Yeah.
kind of showed how. Yeah.
The Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760 WJR.
Good Friday morning to you. It is the 14th of August, the 227th day of 2020. There are 139 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And the team is here on this Friday morning, including Dick Hafner, our WJR News Director, starting his day with us starting our day. We are appreciative of that at 6:06. Dana Clark here taking care of business with traffic and weather, and today some movies and things to do over this weekend with the family and without the family. Brian Morton is in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building running all of the controls. All of us are at home right now in my home office. This is, by the way, you sometimes hear people broadcasting from home and it sounds hollow.
Mhm.
This is why when we built this room, this is all cushion.
Oh, nice.
These are cushions.
Cushions.
It's material
Okay.
that's cushiony.
So you were
It
ready.
absorbs the sound. It absorbs, so there's no bouncing off hard objects and sounding hollow. So that's one of the reasons that is. And this is my office. And sitting there at a matching desk is Kim, who's alongside always and helpful. And of course, back in the mystery room with the clock.
The mystery room.
The clock that must be wound by Barrister Battersby.
Yeah.
And the children all line up and they sing a song. It's just like Sound of Music. It's exactly the same, except they're not on a big hill. But then Ann does come around and go, "The hills are alive."
I could see that.
With the sound of our grandfather clock. Ann Thomas, our executive producer.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Friday.
Good morning. Anyone got big plans for the weekend? Kim and I have talked about it. We're planning on going from the kitchen to the living room.
No, you're going to go to Costco.
I still haven't made it. I still have not gotten to Costco.
You're going on a field trip for
I
us.
need to go. I need to go. I need it for my soul. It's beyond a shopping experience. It's something more to me than that. And I feel the loss of not, and Costco feels the loss. They've called to ask if I'm okay.
Is he alive?
I haven't been to Costco in 4 or 5 months.
Oh,
They're all worried about their Christmas bonuses going out the window.
Can you imagine how much you're going to buy? Oh my gosh.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Do they have stuff now still? I mean, are they back to having toilet paper and paper towels and Kleenex and
Yes, still no Clorox wipes anywhere to be found, and Lysol too.
That's crazy.
But
that's crazy. If I were a stockholder in those companies, I would call for the heads of the people running those companies who didn't somehow or another in this period of time figure out how to step up production so they could sell 5 times what they're used to selling and make more money. That's what you would want them to do running a business. At least I would. Hey, speaking of business, there are some jobs. Greater Detroit Domino's stores are looking to hire 350 team members. That's just in the Greater Detroit area. These are the franchise holders. This isn't a corporate announcement, as far as I can tell. Locally owned stores seek part-time and full-time team members. I remember when we were all employees before we became team members. But now team members. And what you need to do is visit jobs.domino's.com. And you can read about what Domino's is doing regarding COVID-19 at biz.domino's.com/web/media/COVID-19. Wow, that's a lot. Just go to jobs.domino's.com.
Is that because there's a big demand for pizza, or what's going on there?
That's
interesting.
I haven't had pizza in a while, and I love pizza.
Workers.
There's a big demand for workers, and
across the board.
Nobody wants to hear this, especially if you're getting $600 more or had been. You think that should go on forever, and that's not unusual, but that's not good, and it isn't going on forever. And people have got to get back to normalcy, and find a good job that pays well, and move along. I don't know. It's been if you talked, and Dick is referring to this too. That if you talk to people who own businesses, it's been virtually impossible to get people to come back to work. I mean, that's just
wanted sign is out all over the place.
Crazy. So get back to work before the next shutdown. Anyway.
Maria says, get to Costco. She says, better go to Costco before we get locked in again with the COVID numbers going up.
That's a good point. I'm going to do that. Here's what I also heard, though. Here's what I heard, that if you don't get to, I don't know if this is true or not, but I was told if you don't get to Costco right when they open, you may have to wait quite some time to get in. Now, 2 things. One, I have that executive membership. I don't know if that helps, but I thought we could go in earlier. And I am a seasoned citizen now.
That's why you can go in earlier.
So maybe you can go in earlier for that.
Yes.
Costco has dispatched a wellness check. Oh, there's been Kim says Costco has dispatched a wellness check. I probably was napping when they came and knocked on the door. We're just checking to see if Mr. Smith is okay. We've not seen him around the place, and many of us are very concerned. Hey, our governor is addressing, it says here, the Democrat convention Monday.
Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep, it begins.
show it begins.
Begins.
So this schedule just came out not too long ago. So it'll be interesting because, and I haven't talked to her since all of this.
Mm-hmm.
The Vice President Biden might have asked to see her, not to string her along and make her believe that she was the choice, but maybe to see if she'd be interested in something else because he made another choice.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know what's going to happen there. Do you think
Today,
Halloween?
She'll have a news briefing on coronavirus. I believe for the first time, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist will be present at that briefing, and he will be part of the briefing.
Well, he's been at briefings before. I'm pretty sure. I've seen him standing. He's hard to miss. He's like 9 feet tall.
I think you
maybe
can
not 9 feet.
count
What's
on
that?
him having a more prominent role in Whitmer's activities here in the next couple of months.
So you think that she is going to get, if Joe Biden would win, that she might get the call to Washington? Is that what you're saying?
If you're looking at the tea leaves, yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. 6:13 at 760 WJR.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If finding a high-impact hire is a serious goal for your business, use Indeed. Their flexible payment options mean better bang for your buck with no long-term contracts. Indeed will even give you a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post at Indeed.com/high-impact. Terms and conditions apply.
6:14, we've got it. Our WJR traffic and weather first. And we're going to check in here with Dana Clark and remind you, Dana, when we're back at about 8:18, we'll be again on camera, on social media, and on 760 WJR as we talk with Greg and talk about the movies.
Yes, that will be coming up later this afternoon. Right now, Paul W., the roadway is still nice and quiet. Just that construction project once again in the same spot as last weekend. 94 eastbound between Gratiot and 696. 8 p.m. tonight, all lanes scheduled to shut down until 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. They also provide pre-screened quality tenants to their property owners. They love to match good people to good homes. Contact them today, northbloomfield.com.
Rain chance is now up just a little bit. Maybe a few showers, thunderstorms around early this morning, cloudy this afternoon with a high of 85. Tonight, 69, maybe a thunderstorm later. Saturday morning, a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm. Highs in the upper 70s with drier weather in the afternoon. And maybe a few showers and thunderstorms for Sunday. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Stagik on News Talk 760 WJR.
All righty. Let's take care of a little of